Coming up on the Daily O. As the conflict in Iran continues, we have the details on how it could affect us here at home.
And severe weather is set to hit the state. Stick around to find out how you can be prepared. All of this and more is coming up. The Daily O starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Thursday edition of the Daily O. I'm Addison McBride.
And I'm William Manziel. We're glad you're with us. As the conflict in Iran rages on, experts say it could have direct impacts here in Oklahoma.
AWACS planes stationed at Tinker Air Force Base could be supporting military operations overseas. Analysts also say rising oil prices could boost Oklahoma's economy.
But drivers may feel the impact at the pump. Meanwhile, Oklahoma City Mayor David Holt says with the state's strong military presence, communities will likely rally around service members and their families as the situation continues.
A new state audit of the Oklahoma Turnpike Authority is raising concerns about oversight and how the agency hires contractors. State Auditor Cindy Bird says the review found the authority has broad legal power and limited requirements for how contractors are selected. The audit found little written documentation explaining why some engineering contractors were chosen or how prices were negotiated. Lawmakers from both parties say the findings could lead to new legislation to increase oversight of the Turnpike Authority.
Lawmakers are considering new bills that could change how animal welfare is handled across Oklahoma, especially in rural areas. State law prevents counties with fewer than 200,000 residents from operating their own animal shelters or control programs. One proposed change would remove that rule, allowing any county to create animal control services and giving law enforcement more power to investigate. Currently, people can own up to 11 female dogs without needing a license. The proposal would lower that number to 3, meaning anyone with 4 or more would need to be licensed and subject to inspections.
Severe weather storms are expected to move into Oklahoma this evening, with the highest risk in the western part of the state.
The Storm Prediction Center has issued a level 3 enhanced risk. Meteorologists say storms could produce tornadoes, damaging winds, and golf ball-sized hail.
Oklahoma weather is unpredictable, but here at OSU, there are ways you can stay severe weather ready. Officials say you should monitor local radio, television, or weather apps for updates and keep your phone charged. If you hear outdoor warning sirens, take shelter immediately in the building you're in. Do not try to travel to another location. Head to the lowest floor away from windows and put as many walls between you and the outside as possible.
Well, with that severe weather starting to move in overnight, let's check in with Bridget Nye in the Weather Center to see our evening forecast. Bridget?
That's right, Will. Tonight, we might be seeing thunderstorms that could turn into tornadoes, but currently there's nothing outside right now. But keep all of that information handy for if things were to appear. Currently, we're looking at 72 degrees with our real feel coming in at 68, with wind speeds at 12 miles per hour from the southeast. That's it for me for now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Bridget. Well, it's that time again to check in with Marcella Gonzalez, who is here to give us a look at what's happening around campus.
Yeah, Marcella, with it being midterm season, how can students look to decompress this next week?
Well, guys, here's what's coming up on campus. Tonight, head over to the Saracen Center for Varsity Revue starting at 6:30 p.m. Watch fraternity and sorority chapters perform Broadway-style acts in annual campus tradition. Make sure to grab your ticket and remember, the final show is Saturday night and you won't want to miss it. Tomorrow, stop by Furry Friend Friday in the Student Union at Kyle Clock from 10 to 11 a.m. Take a break with some free pet therapy from Pete's Pets Posse. And next Wednesday, head over to Central Marketplace from 6 to 8 p.m. for Paint and Sip with the Student Union Activities Board. Enjoy drinks, paint a portrait, and relax with some friends before break. We'll see you there.
Sounds like a lot of fun, Marcella. When we return, we'll hear from members of OSU's latest spring production.
And job expansion across the state. We have the latest on what that means for you. The Daily O returns right after this.
Hi, welcome to Sugar Llamas.
Well, I'm the owner of Sugar Llamas here in Stillwater. My name is Chad O'Rourke, We want to create a customer-centric culture and create an experience for our customers when they come in. Our ice cream in particular, you can get it other places, but I'm only aware of like one other place besides the Sugar Llama in the state of Oklahoma that you can get it. We actually ship it in from up north, but when it comes to our coffee, you cannot get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere else in the world. You might find a blend similar to it, but you're not going to get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere but a Sugar Llama. It is proprietary to us. We really actually want to get more involved within our community. It's not just about making money, but it's about serving our community and becoming a part of the community here.
Ace in the Bowl Salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl Salsa is an olive oil-based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten-free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
If you're looking for plans this weekend, OSU's theater production of Everybody opens tonight. Joining us now live in the studio are Annabelle Herrard and Caitlin Pond-Jackson. Thank you both for joining us right now. Okay, first off, you two, I'm super excited about this show. Give me a rundown. What is Everybody about?
Yeah, well, Everybody is a witty, fun comedy and drama. It's about the meaning of life and what matters the most, and you don't really realize what that is until, you know, it's all over and you die. So it's really, really cool to be able to experience that with the audience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Okay, and then I've been hearing about a lottery. What's that about?
Right.
Right.
So I don't want to talk over because technically that's her role. But every night we have 5 somebody's cast, and then every night it's randomized who gets to play the role of everybody, which is kind of the lead. But then there's other tracks who take on the roles of like virtues, like senses, friendship, cousin, and so those are also randomized. So whoever's not everybody, those are divvied out to see what other roles they're going to be playing.
Yeah, there are 14 different roles that we could play at any given time, and it is genuinely randomized to the point where we were having rehearsal last night and I forgot who I was playing until the start of the scene, and I was like, oh right, that's me.
Wow, so how has this compared to other productions you've been in before?
It's definitely been different in that, like, there's so much more to find. I think it's common for like rehearsals sometimes, like, oh, someone says a line differently and we find laughs and everything, but because you have different characters being played by different actors, there's just like so much more, like, it just keeps you on your toes, I'd say. And so, not to say I've been bored in other rehearsals, but it really, you never get bored of the show, even if like you're having to hear the same line said over and over. It's just like, it's still so exciting every night.
Yeah. So why would you two recommend this show to audiences?
Well, like Annabelle was saying, it's different every single night. It's been different every single rehearsal. So being able to experience that, if you come more than once, if you only come once, it's a new show every single time that we're performing it. And I think it is a great way for people to come and just take a break from life by learning about life.
Yes.
Yeah. And we were talking earlier about how people can really relate to it because it is about everybody, literally.
Yes. And then before we go really quickly, what has being able to be part of this production meant to you two?
Oh gosh.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of deep. Like your show, it sounded.
Yes. No, I think that's,
Deep.
I just have liked being able to like go on this ride a bit. For one, there's some people that like, this is our first production.
Wow.
So we've known each other, but they're just like getting closer with the ensemble has been really amazing because some of them I've already known for a while, but I mean others I just like, oh, this is my first time meeting you, and now I feel like we're super close. So that's been really fun. But also I think with the show, like being able to leave rehearsal and kind of feel like contemplative of life, but not in like a sad, depressing way, more in like a, oh wow, yeah, this is like a journey that we all have to go on, and what can I do to lead my life with like grace and to like fulfill it, you know?
Yeah, some perspective.
Yeah, so it's been a really fun, interesting show.
Yeah.
And I would definitely say also working with our director, Trey Tyler, who is one of the craziest in a loving way directors I've ever worked with. He's so personable. Every rehearsal is like we're talking with a friend who happens to know what we're doing in the show. And so getting to work with all these different people has been a blessing every single night.
That's awesome. And then tell the audience, when are the dates for the show and where can we catch you guys?
Okay, well, the dates are March 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. March 5th and 6th, you can see us at 7:30 p.m. And then March 7th at 2 p.m. and 7:30 p.m.
Yes.
And then our last 5th final performance will be Sunday at 2 p.m.
Okay, awesome. Well, girls, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm hoping to catch one of y'all's performances. If you want to see OSU's theater production of Everybody, you can buy tickets online at the OSU Theater's websites. Seats are limited.
Amazon's expanding in Oklahoma with several new facilities designed to speed up deliveries and create jobs. The company plans to open 3 new rural delivery stations in McAllister, Weatherford, and Perry, along with a same-day delivery center in Broken Arrow. Amazon says the projects could create more than 500 full and part-time jobs, plus hundreds of additional delivery driver opportunities. The McAllister site is already operating, while the other locations are expected to open later this year. Amazon says the expansion is part of a larger effort to improve delivery speeds in rural communities. Well, we spoke earlier about severe weather hitting the state this weekend, so let's check back in with Bridget, who's watching over our radar right now. Now, Bridget, what can we be on the lookout for in the next few days?
The radar is jam-packed, Will. As you can see, we're having storms push from the west all the way through the east, and Stillwater is right in the middle of that rainstorm. Going into tomorrow, the storms have pushed down south to OKC, and they are going to be into southeastern Oklahoma, and on Saturday it's going to continue with some cloud coverage and then some storms in the south. What to look out for: we're going to be seeing weekend showers as we saw on the radar, with those warmer temperatures in the beginning of next week, and then finally sunny skies to come after the week of rain. That's it for me. Back to you guys.
We'll be looking at Bridget, thank you. Now, when we return, one political figure under fire, now replaced by a familiar face here in Oklahoma. And the conflict in Iran heats up as more leaders begin to speak out. The Daily O returns right after this.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it, it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
Deep Fork Foods started in 2014. We started off with our nut products, and now we produce everything from jarred products to cookie mixes and pancake mixes and dried products for people, as well as our spice blends. Now we produce over 168 different products for ourselves and about 20 to 30 other companies in Oklahoma.
I'm Cindy Stewart. I'm one of the owners of Deep Fork Foods. We've gone from just making our own stuff and doing just small things to being able to co-pack and work with other companies and individuals within Oklahoma and across the United States as well.
I'm just really thankful for the journey that we've had so far, and really look forward to the future where we're taking Deep Fork Foods and being able to provide more value for Oklahoma and its economy, as well as all the people within the state.
I love the opportunities that being in a food business provides. I absolutely love sharing food and good stories with people, so this just gives us another connection. And I can't wait to see where this path takes us with it.
In a shocking development to his cabinet, President Donald Trump has announced Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin will take over as Secretary of Homeland Security. Current Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem will step down at the end of the month. Noem will move into a new role called Envoy for the Shield of the Americas, which Trump says will focus on a new security initiative across the Western Hemisphere. Noem faced intense questioning this week from lawmakers over a multi-million-dollar immigration and ad campaign and other department decisions. She becomes the first cabinet member to leave the administration during Trump's second term.
Out of Washington, the U.S. Senate has rejected a resolution that would have limited President Donald Trump's ability to carry out further military action against Iran. Lawmakers voted 47 to 53, short of the simple majority needed to advance the measure. The resolution called for removing U.S. forces from hostilities with Iran unless Congress formally authorized war or approved military force. Democrats argued the Constitution gives Congress the power to declare war and says lawmakers should have a greater role in that decision. But Republicans warned passing the measure could restrict the president's ability to respond during an active conflict.
And looking across the sea, Iran's foreign minister says the country is prepared for a possible U.S. ground invasion as the conflict continues to escalate. Abbas Araghchi says Iran is ready if American troops enter the country, adding Iran would be able to confront them. Araghchi also says they have not asked for a ceasefire and refused the idea of future negotiations with the United States. He warns the conflict could have serious consequences, saying, in his words, "There is no winner in this war."
The search for Nancy Guthrie is now entering its second month, with investigators still looking for new leads. The Pima County Sheriff says a glove found about 2 miles from her home has been ruled out as evidence. DNA from the glove belonged to a worker at a nearby restaurant who has no connection to the case. The FBI also met with Guthrie's family this week to provide an update, but sources say investigators did not have any new information.
Cowgirl basketball is setting records and collecting awards. Mason Humphrey's in the Sports Corner with the accolades right after this.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service. My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love. There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry when you purchase it.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alba when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Welcome back to the Daily O. Come on in and sit on down because you are in the Sports Corner. I'm Mason Humphrey. Let's talk sports. Cowgirl basketball's dominant season is topped off with some conference recognition. Staley Hurd, Conference Second Team, Micah Gray, Big 12 Third Team, and Jaden Wooten and Nicole Acott listed as honorable mentions. On top of that, the Cowgirls have lost 2 games in 2 years inside GIA, and the loyal and true have been a huge part of that. The J.C. Hoyt era just delivered the highest average home attendance since the 2007-2008 season. The Cowgirls are now prepping to take on Kansas State tomorrow morning at the Big 12 tournament. For head coach J.C. Hoyt, when playing in Kansas City, the Cowgirls seem to have a new feel this time around.
I mean, experience is just such a great teacher, right? And we just didn't have that last year in this case. So just like Jaden just said, I mean, you get better, right? You get smarter, you get stronger, you get faster. And then in the coach's case, we get smarter. We know how to win there. And these two know how to win. Some other players have won there as a coaching staff. We've been able to stack wins there. So just a confidence and just kind of knowing what it takes and the mentality.
Ahoy Cowboy! The Pokes are hitting the deck all week long. Now, Pirate Week is a tradition brought over by Eric Morris to honor the late head coach and his mentor, Mike Leach. So for this entire week, the Pokes are embracing the dark, hosting late-night 10 p.m. workouts. Head coach Eric Morris played and coached under Mike Leach, who was known as the Pirate during his time at Texas Tech. And as you can see, some late-night spring ball to bring together this fresh Cowboy football team. Over on the diamond, softball getting ready for Big 12 play, baseball riding their win streak. So let's go around the diamond to Preston P-Town Hudlow. Preston.
Gotta love that P-Town hump. But you're right, OSU softball has their first home series of the year, and that's against UCF. And the Pokes move up to rank number 12 in the country. And they had a pretty tough opponent last week against Nebraska. They only played 2 games because the game 3 was canceled. They won game 1, they lost game 2. But I want to list off some player streaks, and they're pretty impressive. Clara Tim, for the first month, she's currently batting a .420, and for on base, she's currently at .508, so she's killing it right there. And for the catcher, Amanda Hazler, she currently has 8 extra base hits, and she has the team high for 26 batted runs. And obviously for our ace, Ruby Malin, she's only allowed 1 run for the past 32 innings. And obviously with UCF, they're a ranked opponent, but obviously with conference play, they got to get the ball rolling and start racking up those wins. But like I said, for baseball, they're on fire. 8-game winning streak. They crushed Sam Houston. But man, talk about trends. These guys are on fire. Hudson Bear earning a career-high 9 strikeouts and one-upping that with 10. Ethan Lund, Big 12 pitcher of the week, 14 strikeouts against Sam Houston. He's currently tied for 7th in strikeouts in the country with 28. And then we have a player who currently leads the country in RBIs with 26, Colin Ritchie. He is on fire. He's currently tied for 2nd in the country with home runs for 9. And currently their next opponent this weekend is Garner Webb. This is a very easy series, and this is just another easy opponent for them to start racking up those wins. But for Friday, that game starts at 6, Saturday at 2, and then Sunday at 1. That's all I have from around the diamond. Back to you, Humph.
Last night kicked off the World Baseball Classic, and a pair of former Pokes are repping the red, white, and blue. On the bump, it's the big man, Nolan McLean, making his way into the rotation. The former two-way here in Stillwater has risen to the top of the Mets organization, making it to the big leagues last season. And his successes caught the eyes of the nation as he is set to make a start for Team USA on Tuesday against Team Italy. Then, while it might not be between the lines, former Cowboy Matt Holliday is sharing his wisdom in the dugout. The 7-time All-Star and World Series champ is an assistant coach for America in this tournament. Holliday is a Stillwater native and spent time on the Pokes coaching staff and will now do it on the biggest stage that is the WBC. Well, that's all we have today from the Sports Corner, but don't touch that mouse. Some call him the Glizzy Gladiator. Some call him the Hot Dog Huffin' Champ. But the OKC Comets are calling him their next game day guest. Will and Addison have it right after this.
I'm Travis Taylor. I'm the general manager for the Hotel Indigo Tulsa Downtown. I have a real good understanding of the food scene in Tulsa, and I've loved to see the way it's evolved over the years, and I'm glad to be part of it.
My name's Kevin Kyle. I'm the executive chef. I started here, the idea was to do something local. Everything that we try to do has Oklahoma products.
Tulsa is a big oil boom when we were the oil capital in the early 1900s. How Route 66 put Tulsa on the map. And the menu around that was, well, what would an oil worker take out in their lunchbox? That's how Prospect kind of came from.
We never get crazy busy, so we can do a lot of different things with food. And we can do things like wine dinners and have local dinners. We have a private dining room that people can come.
I think being at the heart of the old Route 66 has kind of weighed into us getting a lot of different things brought in from different areas of the United States. When I taste something on our menu for the first time, the first thing I go is, that's Tulsa.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, things my grandparents ate.
Fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
A major pop icon is facing legal trouble. Ty Gensler has the latest in your A-List update. Ty?
Yeah, well, Britney Spears was arrested in Ventura County, California for DUI late last night. Authorities state that Spears was stopped by California Highway Patrol around 9:40, was booked shortly after 3 a.m. A representative for Spears states she is going to take the right steps to comply with the law. Additionally, saying hopefully she can get the help that she needs during a difficult time. Spears is scheduled to appear court on May 4th. That's all I got for you on your A-List update. I'll send it back to you guys on the desk.
Thanks, Ty. Baseball fans in the Metro can expect a unique guest at the ballpark this spring. Competitive eating champion Joey Chestnut will be at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark May 5th during the Oklahoma City Comets game. Chestnut, who holds more than 50 competitive eating world records, will take part in a Cinco de Mayo themed food challenge during the game. The Comets say the night will also feature $2 beers and sodas for Tuesday promotions. The Comets will face the Salt Lake Bees with tickets now available online.
Well, I know where I'm going to be this May. Well, it's a tale as old as time as scammers constantly look for new ways to steal your money. But today is all about fighting back. National Slam the Scam Day is observed during Consumer Protection Week, aimed at raising awareness about Social Security-related scams. The initiative encourages people to learn how scammers operate so they don't fall victim to fraud. Officials say scammers often use fear and fake documentation to try to gain trust and steal money. You can learn more about how to spot and report scams by visiting the Social Security Administration's website.
Well, before we go, let's go back to the Weather Center where Bridget Nye has our 7-day forecast. Bridget?
Thanks, Addison. Hey there, Cowboys. Let's check out that 7-day forecast. Starting out with today, we could see those rainy skies coming in at 72 degrees. And as we continue on through our weekend, we're going to see chances of storms with our temperatures dropping down to 62. As we continue on with the week, we're going to see our sunny skies return back on Sunday, but not sticking around for long, with clouds coming back in for the week with some possible chances of storms on Tuesday.
Well, guys, with today being all about scammers, I don't know about you. I haven't been scammed before. I've gotten those texts a lot, though. I don't know where they get my information from. But, what about you guys? Addison?
Well, let me tell you, Will. I don't know where they're getting my information, but they certainly have it. And I have been scammed, unfortunately, on Instagram. Be aware of that. There's lots of boutiques shopping. Yeah. Looks like super cute clothes. There are no clothes, Will. It's all a scam.
No clothes.
So, yeah, what about you, Bridget?
So, I unfortunately fell for a ticket. Like, they said I had a speeding ticket, and apparently I was along with the grandparents that I also fell for that scam.
Right. Yeah, speaking of grandparents, they would always call my grandparents house phone. So I learned from a very early age, kind of stay away from them. Grandma Setzer, I love you.
Yes, for sure. No, and on the ticket thing, I don't know where they're getting it, but they always say I don't have a toll tag.
Right, they get those to me all the time. I'm not from Nevada. I don't know what they're talking about.
No, for sure. I don't know. We'll find out eventually. Well, that's a look at today's headlines. Thank you for joining us.
Make sure to check out the Daily O tomorrow and the rest of the week for the latest happening here in Stillwater and across the state. For the Daily O, I'm William Manziel.
And I'm Addison McBride. Have a great night, everyone.